I also brought, oh, this is Ganesha. He's the remover of obstacles. He's going to help us out tonight too. And I have my bowl. And we're going to start. So first I thought I would just talk a little bit about why we're here, what we're doing together. Okay, this is new for me. So I'm just going to take this in for a moment. I'm trying to feel all of you and feel myself here. And I know just from speaking to many different people and what I've been experiencing myself over the past couple of days is a lot of intensity, lots of emotions that come up in waves. And of course, a lot of those emotions involve fear in facing the unknown of what we're all facing together. And I'm sure you've heard it before, and you've probably been saying it to yourself or journaling that, yes, we're going to get through all of this, but not just get through it. There's a way that we can move through it in a very specific way, in a conscious way. And Yoga Nidra is one way to do that. We are cultivating relaxation, calmness. We are tapping into our autonomic nervous system, which helps to calm the effects of this stress on us. So that's definitely going to happen. But we're also setting, part of Yoga Nidra is setting intention. We call it sankalpa, and I'll be guiding you through that, is that we are doing something specific. We are setting a clear intention for ourselves, for the world. We can have a powerful effect on what feels so out of control right now. We actually can have some measure of co-creation, if you will, with what's going on right now. So that's a powerful part of Yoga Nidra. It may also just be a space for you. You just might need to rest. You might need to fall asleep. If you fall asleep, that is okay. You're still going to get the waves of energy from this experience from Buffy's amazing crystal bowls. And I'll be speaking more about also the power of those bowls and what they're going to be doing for us. And lastly, this really might be about community, about knowing that you are not alone in all of this, that even though we're on the other side of a screen and cyber waves, we are here with you in whatever that you're going through right now. And we're all together, and that's so powerful. So we're going to start off with a couple of moments of meditation. We're going to do some very simple movements just to start to feel our bodies. And then we're going to lie down. I encourage you to have with you pillows, blankets, any support for your body, specifically support for underneath your knees, because when you lie down on your back for a long period of time, it can get tiring on your back to be arched that way. So if you want to throw a pillow underneath your knees, if you want to put an iPad or a towel over your eyes once we get down, go ahead and grab whatever you need now. You have, a moment or two, it's okay to get everything that you need. Make sure that your space is as free of distraction as possible. Definitely turn off phones if you have one nearby. Turn off any notifications that might be coming through on your computer. Maybe dogs or kids might come by, but that's okay. You are welcome to be here too. But we want to create a sacred and safe space for us to really let go tonight. And just know that whatever happens is exactly what you needed tonight, and you are so supportive of that. So are we ready to go? Are we ready to begin? Buffy and I are going to do a little bit of an exchange, because we found that sometimes if I'm speaking while the bowls are playing, doesn't work as well through the computer. So I'm going to start you off, and then Buffy's going to play for a while, and then I'll come back in, and then she'll play for a while. You do not have to watch anything if you don't want to, but I'm going to be right here with you if you need to check in with me. So let's sit. Come to a comfortable seated position. If you want to sit on a support, take it now underneath your seat. Rest your hands on your legs. Feel for now a tall spine. And invite your eyes to close. And as soon as your eyes close, your whole kind of sense experience shifts. You start to pay attention more closely to what you're hearing and even what you're feeling in your body. Maybe your breath becomes even more apparent. Feel your body breathing, or feel if you're holding your breath. And you may have noticed already, again, over the last couple of days, that your body has taken on tension, maybe more so now than it has recently. Simply observe where you're holding tension in your body without judgment. Just notice that it's there. It's like come on as a self-protective measure. Just notice it. And see if you can connect with your breath through your nostrils. Thoughts will bubble up, and then they pass and you come back to your breath. Thoughts, like everything, are temporary. Keep coming back to your breath. Quietly bring one hand onto the center of your chest, your heart center. Take a deeper breath into your hand and let it go with a sigh. Again, like that, full breath in and let it fall out. When you're ready, you can let your hand come down. And if you have space, whatever space you have around you, just go ahead and crawl out onto your hands and knees, right out in front of you. Put your hands right under your shoulders and your knees right under your hips, making this tabletop. And again, you can keep your eyes closed and just listen for the cues. You'll take a full breath in. You'll lift your chest and lift your chin. And then as you exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin and bring it under towards your chest. Inhale, arching your back, lifting your chest and chin. Exhale, rounding your spine, tucking your chin. That's it. Now, see if you can go a little slower with this, taking a longer breath in to lift, a longer breath in to round. And as you do this, you'll feel this main channel of your spine maybe getting a little warmer, getting a little unstuck. Couple more rounds. A little background music, but still be aware of your breath. And the next time that you get to that rounded spine, when your chin is tucked, let your hips sink back towards your heels and bring your forehead toward the floor or resting on your hands. We call it child's pose. Whatever your legs want to do, they can be wider or closer together. Maybe a little wobble from side to side in child's. You'll feel your hips starting to release. And again, whenever you meet tension, notice it with compassion. Ah, this is what I've been holding in my body. Breathe into it. Let yourself come to stillness in child's pose for a few moments. Good. On your next inhale, rise back up onto your hands and knees, and then swing your legs out in front of you again. This time bringing the soles of your feet together, the bottoms of your feet together. Keep them there. Inhale, lift your arms up over your head. Exhale, take a simple twist to your right, grabbing onto your right knee with your left hand and gently pulling yourself around, just feeling a little tug on your spine. Look over your right shoulder, or again, you might still have your eyes closed. One more full breath here. Inhale, come back through the center, lift your arms back over your head. Exhale, turn to your left, right hand grabs your left knee, gently pulling it around as if you're wringing out any tension in your torso, all the way up into your neck. Notice if you're holding any tension in your tongue or throat. Inhale, come back through center, lift your arms up overhead once more, and then exhale, fold forward, just a couple of breaths in a forward fold here, bringing your hands to the earth like a fountain just pouring down. Letting your head drop and the back of your heart open. Softening again into your hips, into your jaw. Let your next inhale fill all the way up and let it out with a sigh. Then on your next inhale, you'll rise and be ready to set up for your Shavasana. And that is the pose we'll be in for the next large portion of our practice. So take any supports that you need. Again, maybe a support under your knees, a pillow for your head. Move as slowly and mindfully as you've been moving so far. And just go ahead and lie down on your back. You can again place something over your eyes if you like. And just as a note, this resting posture, it doesn't mean that you have to stay still the whole time. You want to stay as comfortably still as possible, but if you absolutely need a shift to get more comfortable, a bend of a knee, or even a rolling over onto one side at some point, totally legal. This is your time, your space. You want to be as comfortable as you can be through this whole process. The word Nidra in Sanskrit means sleep. The idea is to get as close to that edge of falling asleep as possible while remaining awake and alert. And so I'll be reminding you of both those things, to relax deeply and to remain awake. Notice what you're doing with your body now as you spread out on the floor. See if you can make your body feel heavy. See if you can feel a softness in your belly. Feel lots of space between your bones. And this awesome feeling of getting settled in. And as you get settled in, you might still feel some tension, emotion, anxiety. That's okay. Please remember, whatever you're feeling is held with love in this sacred space. Now, take a moment to go inside yourself, especially inside your heart or even down into your gut, and honor that you are here. Say silently in those places, silently to yourself, I am now practicing Yoga Nidra. I am co-creating this practice of relaxation and awareness. I am practicing Yoga Nidra. I am creating a space of relaxation and awareness. And in that space, what naturally appears is our true self, full of wisdom, and compassion, a perspective maybe beyond what we can see on this ground level. And so I want to ask your heart now, what is the sankalpa that I would like to say? We put sankalpa in the affirmative. In other words, we don't say, I wish to be peaceful, or I wish to be free, or I wish to hug my family, or I wish to be well. We say it in the affirmative. I am peaceful. I am free. I am hugging and embracing my loved ones. I am well and whole. However you want to say it now inside of yourself silently in the affirmative. A statement of reality. It's already happening. Say it please 3 times clearly inside now. And after you've said it 3 times, you can let it go, knowing it has made an imprint already on the universe. Come back to the feeling of resting, and now feel the effects of the powerful crystal bowls. Buffy will begin to play our crystal bowl sound, which will wash over and through us, sealing our sankalpa and taking us deeper into our practice. to feel your body, the waves of the sounds of the bowls have washed through us, and it may sound really different coming through the computer, but it's still a powerful sound. Your body is breathing. We feel our physical body, but we also know that we are way beyond the physical. That we are made of energy, and maybe in the stillness, we can start to feel that. Even if there are thoughts that are still kind of passing in the background. Can we begin to feel the energy we are made of? Can we begin to envision something greater than we are? The yogis call this energy prana or life force. Maybe you call it love or universe or consciousness. And it takes many, many forms. At this point, we're going to explore our energy from the perspective of prana, of life force, through our energy centers known as chakras. It is said that we have 7 main chakras that run from the base of our spine through the top of our head. And they each have a different frequency, almost like the different frequencies of the bowls that Buffy was playing. They relate to a different color on the rainbow spectrum. They have different emotional or energetic qualities that display in our lives. We'll go through it and I'll mention each one. And you can just follow along. You may be going in and out. We'll start at the base of our spine. At the base of our spine is the chakra known as Muladhara. It is our root chakra. And it is connected to literally to our roots, the earth from which we're made, all the food that created our physical body. It's connected to even our financial situation, our material world, all of these things that are actually really being affected by what we're going through right now has really shaken this root chakra for us. So let us envision at the base of our spine a sense of wholeness and balance. The color of the root chakra is red, like the center of the earth, like the pulsing of our life force. Right here at the base of our spine, we are solid, we are rooted, we are safe. We are right here together. Breathe, envisioning the color red at the base of your spine. Begin to rise from the bottom of your spine up through your pelvis, in your hips, in your deepest abdominals, in your genitals and groins. Right there in your pelvis is your next chakra. Again, these are not so much places as they are energetic fields. And this is called Swadhisthana, our pelvic chakra. And it is the color orange, like a sunset or a sunrise. And it's related to movement, to sensuality, to emotion. Certainly what is going on from our root is affecting how we feel, Our emotions sometimes feel like they're being swaying like water, rushing in, rushing out. Feel a balance in this chakra, the color orange in your pelvis, clear. Breathe into it. Allow yourself to feel. Rising up from our pelvis, we come to our solar plexus, which is at the base of our ribs, between our navel and our heart center. Our solar plexus is yellow, like the sun, like a golden sun, or like a lustrous gem. It's Manipura, our solar plexus chakra, our center of power. Many of us feel powerless at this time, but right there in the center of you, you can connect to power, to will, to choice, to action. Yellow at the center of you. And you can feel how you're rising up through the rainbow, from red at the bottom of your spine, orange in your pelvis, to yellow in your core. And as you rise into your heart center now, which is the bridge between the lower and the upper energies that we exist in, our heart center, anahata, is green. Like the green that is emerging at this time of year, that is budding on the trees and in the grass around us. Green of health, of balance. And the heart center, of course, is our center of love and relationship and connection to each other, which is always here. Whether we are in physical proximity or not, we can feel connected through our heart center. Feel us all with you through your heart. Green. As you rise up from your heart to your throat, this is Vishuddha, your throat chakra. And this, of course, is our center of expression. This is the place from which we share what is arising from our heart, what is arising from our power, what is arising from our feelings. It comes up into our throat and it must be expressed. Just like those waves must rise and pass, so it is the color of the water. It is the color blue. Right here is where we say, without judgment, whatever you want to share is okay. However you are moving through this time is okay. How you are expressing is that clear blue. And it also relates to our hearing, how we listen to each other and how they're sharing. We listen. We hold space, blue. And rising up from our throat, we come to our third eye. This is the place between our eyebrows. Again, not a place, but an energetic center. The center of vision. Vision beyond what our eyes can see. Ajna is violet or indigo. And maybe what we can see on the ground level feels very limiting, feels very enclosing or scary, but our third eye, our clear seeing, has a bigger perspective. a global perspective, a perspective over time, over dimension even. And even if that doesn't really make sense right now, we can even just use our imagination or our willingness to see what is beyond our physical knowing. Indigo or purple in the center of our brow. We have risen now from the base, which is red, through our orange, our core, which is yellow, our heart, which is green, our throat, blue, and our third eye, purple. We have traveled this, quote, rainbow bridge, if you will. Now we are at the top of our head. The peak of the mountain, like Everest, is pure white. At the top of our head, Sahasrara, our crown chakra, represents and exists the possibility of true faith and union, love and oneness. And again, this might be a very individual idea. For you, it might be God or love or universe. From the peak of the mountain, all of this is held in sacred space. All of us and all that we are going through and all the possibilities and all the healing. Imagine that you could see from the highest peak that is Sahasrara, pure white light. Feel from the top a raining down of pure vibration, healing and holding us all. Feel yourself living within all of these colors. Now Buffy will play all of these vibrations again for us through her bowls. Come into pure harmony. Let's take a moment now to notice our bodies again lying here. Notice again that you are feeling very relaxed and awake, practicing Yoga Nidra, co-creating this experience of relaxation and awareness. A moment to feel, to whatever degree you actually feel some peace in your body, even just a sliver, that you can take that like a flame and light a torch for yourself to see yourself through this darkness. Hold that light up again, right out in front of you. Imagine this, that you are holding up a light like a torch or a flame, and it's illuminating the space in front of you. And maybe because you're holding this little torch or flame or flashlight, if you will, that you can only see a few feet ahead of you at a time, that you can see where you are. And as you take another step forward, you see a little more. Your light illuminates a little bit more of the path in front of you. You take another step forward, your light continues to guide you. This is how we will be moving through these days, one light-filled step at a time. And we carry with us our breath and our body. And we have within us our sankalpa. So take a moment now to recall your sankalpa. You said 3 times earlier in the practice. If you like, you can see it written in your mind's eye as words, or just say it silently inside again, 3 times in the affirmative. Say your sankalpa. Know that you are co-creating its reality right now. It's already happening. Lit by this light from within. In a few moments, our Yoga Nidra practice will be over, but these powerful energies will continue. Feel your body resting. Let everything go and just sink in for a few more moments. Let this practice integrate into every cell of your being. Let there be no borders. You are free to just gently blow. Let yourself take this rest. Now, my friends, it is time to rise, at least for just a little while, back up to the surface. Begin to deepen your breath. And send your mind throughout your body, down into your feet and toes. Maybe stretch slowly your arms all the way up over your head. You can open your mouth and take a yawn. Some gentle movements. Really take your time re-emerging from this very deep practice. Slowly slide your feet underneath your knees or onto the pillow that's underneath them. Tip yourself over into a fetal position on one side and pause there, please. Again, acknowledge whatever you're feeling. Feel us like tune in to the fact that we are all still here together. Some folks might have fallen asleep, but that's okay. If you're still awake, come on up and join us in a seated position, please. You can rest your hands on your legs and close your eyes again. And feel the tall spine, your muscles engaging to lift you up straight. Maybe you lift your shoulders up towards your ears and then pour them down your back. And once more, I'd like to call upon that image of that light right out in front of us, and we're together taking one step at a time. Please know, whatever you're doing, however you're taking those steps, that you are side by side with all of us, that we are with you, and that you have the tools you need to move through whatever you're moving through. You truly co-created this experience of relaxation, of presence, of healing. You made it happen. And you also tapped into a grace and an energy that is always available to you from the top of that peak, from the top of your head. It is there, ready to guide you. Please now join your hands together at your heart center and listen to your breath. Fill your heart with gratitude for this time we got to spend together tonight, for Buffy and all that love we felt coming through the sound of the bowls, through our safe, clean, and peaceful homes, for our families and loved ones, for all beings everywhere who are doing their part, for all beings everywhere who are made of this love just as we are. May we all be well, peaceful, happy, and free. You can just listen, or you can join in if you like. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu.
Picture isn't popping up.
Shanti,
Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
I love you all very, very much. Send love through the waves. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Buffy.
Stay.
Thank you,
you
Buffy.
so
Thank you,
much.
Lisa.
So much. I love you guys so much.
Thank you so much. Oh,
It's awesome.
oh man.
Oh, put your hand up.
Thank you.
Feeling flicklamp.
Oh, man. Oh.
Hey Karen, thank you. I might be able to eat now, and my heart rate went down about from 108
Oh, good. Turn the
to
light on. I
78.
can't show off my glasses.
That was a beautiful practice.
Thank you
That
so
was.
much. Love you.
Wait, are you
So
talking?
much.
Right.
See you tomorrow.
See you guys
Yes,
tomorrow.
so what's on tap for tomorrow? 6:15 a.m.?
6:15 a.m. with Kayla for the early morning risers.
You guys have fun with that.
And then 6 p.m. Angela is leading Ashtanga. And
I
then
will see you
Yeah,
then.
it's not on
stay
camera.
tuned. Friday, Jenny's doing a yin yoga class. Jenny's with us here.
Hey, Jenny.
And then we're doing
Hey, Buffy.
You guys are funny.
We're doing a 4:30 happy hour Friday too. And Karen's leading a Friday morning meditation. So 3 things on Friday. So
Wow.
whatever fits your schedule.
Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome.
You guys.
Okay.
And
Guys are
over
the
the
best.
weekend, a couple of us are going to be doing some chanting too, some
Yes.
singing. We're starting to put that together too, so we'll let you know about that.
Awesome.
Awesome.
It's going to continue. We'll continue with this for sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Bye, guys.
you.
Guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Love you guys.
Bye.
Love you.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
Nice job, girls.
It was
Seriously, so emotional.
All right, the goosebumps, and I'm coming to give your soul a hug. I'll give it to Hank.
All right. Are we ready to log off?
Let's love off.
Okay. You guys are silly.
Good night, boys.
I'll say good night.
Right. The third one here, but you can't see him.
It's okay.
Do the downward thing.
It was so cute. Like the kid, like Angela and her
I
son.
know, I know.
Stop the recording.
He's asleep too.
No, Jody's here. I had to go upstairs. My granddaughter woke up and was crying.
Oh,
Oh,
No, I missed the end.
no.